Yeah. Alright. Spooptober 2020. Halloween. Doing this again. Because I messed up and the audio wasn't recording. Anyway, we're playing Call of Cthulhu. I even listened to the audiobook, read the book like 4 times, just in preparation for this. I listened to all the classic songs, Metallica, Thing That Should Not Be, Call of Cthulhu, Gunship made a song. There's actually quite a few songs. It's good stuff. Really good stuff coming out of this. This is literally everyone's gateway into Lovecraftian stories, lore, cosmic horror, good old-fashioned freak out, existential crisis type horror. Good. Great stuff. So, for the 3rd time that I've done this intro, because I'm a horrible... 6:42 a.m. and I spent all night uploading E. I'm cranked out on Mio energy. So forgive me. I did, however, fix the settings. So it will be smooth. I won't have to cut all that out. Thank goodness. Chapter 1. Pierce investigates Agency Boston. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. As I pointed out in my last take, they mix the character Edward Pierce along with Detective LaGrasse, at least I think. I'm not entirely sure how they did this. I only played the intro, but I think that's how they did it. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. You existential bastard, you. Making everyone freak out since, like, 1916, I think it was. What was his first story? I can't remember. That one was freaky, though. I've literally gone through his whole library. I think that's funny, though. You know you're messing with something freaky as hell when, you just wake up and there's half a shark facing you. It's just dead. Ugh. Yeah. See, now it's 60 FPS. Alright, cool. On with the show! Because I've already done this twice. Trying out contoured keys. I got some on my keyboard. I just never had them. Doo-doo-doo. Four minutes and 51 seconds of me just blabbing. Wonder how much of that I'm going to cut out. Pick up an object. Fun fact, the green light and lights from back in the 20s are actually used to help curate mental health and reduce eye strain, which is interesting because they both come from the same... They come from the blue light spectrum from cyan.
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Dash it. I do not believe in fate. That is something rather interesting to me, though, about the green light. Because now we all know that blue light messes you real bad.
What a putrid offering.
Ain't no offering.
chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you
This looks
attempt
like
to change your destiny.
what would be Detective LeGrasse. Didn't quite go like that, I don't think. Considering he lived. I think there was like 2 people that they mentioned either ran away or died. It wasn't many on the police side.
I hate whiskey.
I hate whiskey. You say as you have a shit ton around.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills. Oh, I had to move the mouse. Oh, okay. Let's see. That. Oh. Doctors prescribed that when I returned from the war, they swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. Oh! I gotta turn that down. There we go. That's a lot better.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed down. Dude, marry someone better. How are you gonna open it up if there's like nothing there?
I used to be an avid reader.
Yo, stubby.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Oh.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Why you do this to yourself, man?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
It's what your uncle was in, boy. You was in it.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Ain't that the truth? Case solved. Oh. Oh, I can't turn it back on? What's that?
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Oh, Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from the unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Cthulhu! Cthulhu Fatagan! Oh. Oh. I did not see this. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne Offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the lost battalion. American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies. You badasses, you. The soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Darkwater. Inhabitants, places, Pierce Investigation Agency, my private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows another. adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Clues, inventory. My old lighter that I engraved in the memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. 10/7/18. Knowledge. Stuff that I've already read. Cool. I'll look into this later. Art. Oh. Okay, cool. Have a drink, don't drink. Have a drink, don't drink. I'll take one. Ah, you can continue. Interesting. I'll take one more. I feel like it's just the interaction. I don't think it actually does anything. I don't know. US has voted your. Oh no.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ah. Okay, so this is where it goes. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Investigation. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Strength represents your ability to call on your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chances of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Interesting. And eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving the skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Okay. Probably wouldn't be bad to put. Oh, come on, really? It's one of these. I guess I'll just increase medicine occultism because everything else is at least 2. So we have 20%. Spot hidden. We'll at least get everything 25%. I guess I know what this does, but I mean,
Thank you for this information, Mr.
I don't know how it
Pierce.
relates to in this game, so I hope it did good.
On a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll.